folks. All right, so today I'm going to be showing you guys my personal upper body workout. Now, my upper body workouts are normally broken down into 2 days. It's going to be where I primarily focus on chest, but also do back exercises. And then the other day I primarily focus on back, but also do chest exercises. And then I sometimes do accessory work for biceps and triceps, depending on how I'm feeling. So today I'm just going to go through the whole workout. And I'm going to have the workout in the description below, but I highly recommend that you watch the whole video because I'm going to have commentary through every set. That way you understand exactly why I do certain exercises, why I take certain rests, and how I go up in weight or go down in weight. So without further ado, let's get started. All right. So we're going to start off with the first exercise, and that is the incline barbell press. I would say about 90% of my workouts, I start off with a compound lift. And when it comes to bench, probably 75% of the time I start off with an incline. So let's go ahead and get started. This is the warm-up. We're going to do about 10 to 12 of these. We're going to focus on the stretch, the contraction in the top, just really getting ready for the movement. And I do about anywhere from 3 to 4 of these sets. So here we go. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and go up a little bit more in weight. All right, so we went ahead and increased the weight here. This is gonna be the last warm-up set before we jump into our working sets. And then for our working sets, I typically keep it around 4 to 5 sets. All right, so let's go ahead and finish this last warm-up here. Same idea, focusing on the stretch and the contraction, controlled movement, just getting used to the movement here with a decent amount of weight. All right. Woo! Now we're gonna get started on our working sets. All right. We are now at the third and final set here with this amount of weight. We're gonna go for about 5. The first one we hit 6, then we hit 5, so we're gonna try to hit another 5. Stay consistent, and then I'm going to decrease the weight, and we're gonna go for 8 to 10 reps, and then we'll move on to the next exercise. So let's go ahead. One, 2, 3, 4. Woo! Not gonna lie, that was a little risky. But I said, you know what? I think I have one more in me. So we did 6. We were aiming for 5. The 6th one could have been a disaster, but sometimes, you know, you just gotta tell yourself, what's the worst that can happen? The weight fall on me and I roll it off, and we have a nice tick-tock short, or we can hit the 6. All right, let's go ahead and decrease the weight here, and then we're gonna go for 8 to 10 reps. All right, so we've gotten down in weight. We went up to 2, we warmed up, when our final warm up was the 185. Then we did our working sets with 225. Now we're back to 185 because now we're gonna try to hit 2 or 3 more reps. We're only gonna do about 2 sets of these. So let's go ahead and get started. And the idea here is to try to keep your strength consistent. All right. All right, so we hit 10 there. We can probably go up another 10. I'll probably do that. Let's go ahead and go up another 10 on each side because I think we can still hit 8 at that number. All right, now before I get into the last and final set for incline bench, let me just explain. So we did 3 warm-up sets. We're gonna probably do 5 working sets, 3 of them in which we went heavy, anywhere from 5 to 6 reps. Then we're gonna do 2 more sets. This is the 5th one, this is the last one, where we're going to decrease the weight and we're gonna aim for 8 to 10. Now, on my 4th set, I was able to hit 10 easily. And I say easily because I could have probably hit 2 more. So that tells me that we went too light, right? Because we want to keep it at 8, but no more than 10. Now we've went up about 20 pounds, we're at 205. Now, for example, if I can't hit this 8 times, then we went up too much. If I can hit it 8 times or more, but not more than 10, then we are at the right amount of weight, okay? All right, so let's jump into the last incline set here, and then we'll move on to the next exercise. All right, so we hit 8 there. It wasn't super easy, but it was doable. Like, I could have probably squeezed out 1 more, but definitely no more than 10. So now I know that 205 is going to be the weight that I should aim for when I'm decreasing my weight as far as rep range from 8 to 10. So that's what I got to work on. And then my 225, we were able to hit 6 reps on 2 of the sets out of 3. So that's pretty good. The goal is to try to get to 8. Once we get to 8, now that becomes our lower weight, and then we increase the weight and we continue this process. All right, so now we're on to the second exercise here. It's going to be flat bench press. We're going to keep the same structure as we did before with the 3 warm-ups, 3 heavier sets, and then the 2 descending sets. Let's go ahead and jump into the warm-up here. This is the first warm-up set here. Same concept, stretch, just getting the body ready for the movement. We go for anywhere from 10 to 12 here. All right, so now we're on to our third and final warm-up set. The goal here, we're at 225. So the goal here is to hit anywhere from 8 to 10. Depending on how that goes is how much we're going to be going up in order to start our working sets. So let's go ahead and get started. Whew. All right, so we were able to hit 10 there. I think, because we did go pretty heavy on the previous exercise, I think we're only going to go up 20 pounds on the starting off, 20 pounds heavier on the working set. We're going to try to hit 6. If we can hit more than 6, then I'll go up another 20 pounds. So let's see how that goes. All right, so we're up to the first working set here, which is technically the 4th set. We went up 20 pounds. If we can exceed 6 here, we're going to go up another 20. The goal is to not go under 5 reps, but also not be able to do more than 7 reps. So let's see where we're at here. Woo! All right. That was a good 6. That was a good 6. I feel like I had control through all of the reps, but it also felt heavy enough where I was not going to be able to hit 7. So this is going to be our working weight here. And then again, once we do another 2 more sets of this, we're going to then decrease the weight back to 225 and try to keep that at around 8 to 10 reps. All right, we're on the final heavy set here. We're going to try to hit 5 to 6. At least try to keep those numbers consistent. We're not going to hit more than 6, I don't believe. I know we're supposed to aim for more than that, but, you can tell. You can tell when your chest has had enough. All right, let's try to at least hit 6 here. Oh! Woo! 8. That last one was brutal, but man, wow. We dug deep in that one. Second guessed myself there, but I said, you know what, the camera's on. Let me see if I can go to failure and give these people a show. Anyways, we hit 8. That's amazing. That means that next time we need to increase the weight. But now we're gonna go back to 225 and try to hit 8 to 10. First descending set here out of 2. Woo! Whew. Sometimes it happens, folks. So, perfect time here for a lesson. Notice, I don't put clips at the end of the bar when I'm benching, because if it ever comes out on you, you can always turn it to the side and the weights fall off. If you have clips, you're gonna get pinned. But notice, when I saw it failing, I used the momentum to roll it, and I came up with it. That is the best way to not get pinned under a bar. Once you feel it coming down, don't keep trying, because it's gonna pin you. As soon as you feel it coming down, use the momentum to roll it off of you. All right, so let's go ahead and decrease the weight. All right, so we are now at the last set. This is the second 2 out of 2 descending sets. We're gonna try to hit over 6 reps here is the goal. Hopefully we don't get pinned again. So we went down 20 pounds. Woo! That was 10. So I can definitely tell you that I'm getting muscle fatigue, because when I hit 9, I was like, you know what, I can probably hit 11. Let's try to break through that threshold of 10. On the 10th one, I started to feel my triceps giving out. And this is one thing to understand. your muscles will give out on you. They will like just shut off. The reason it does that is because it does it to protect you so it doesn't tear anything. But keep in mind, your body doesn't realize, doesn't know that you're over here pushing weight. It just feels that tension. So you gotta be very careful with that, because you may be feeling strong and then your muscle could just give out and that could come crashing down. That's why it's really important to use controlled weight, and always keep in mind and pay attention to how you're feeling. This is a great example of that set. Coming off that 8 and 9, I was like, I can do 2 more. That 10 one comes, I start feeling the triceps tightening up, giving out. That's when I hit the gas. When I say hit the gas, I mean I punch my heel to the floor to give me that extra boost. It's like Nas to give me that last lift there. All right, so that's a nice little tip there for you guys. Now let's move on to the third exercise, dips. All right, so now we're moving on to dips. I've already performed the set. I do 5 sets of these. I like to call these the halftime show, because this is an exercise that's still, you know, it's still very difficult for a lot of people. You're using a lot of muscle groups, but you're not going as heavy like you're doing on a bench press or bent over row. So you give your body some time to recover some ATP, because after this exercise, we're moving over to bent over rows. So we're gonna need some energy for that. Now, because we were doing a lot of heavy benching, my triceps are already shot, right? Because I'm already using my anterior delts, my triceps, my pecs, and my core. So this exercise is going to be harder than usual, but that's good. That's what we want. So we're gonna go ahead and knock out 12 to 15 reps, 5 sets, and we're gonna take about a 60-second rest in between. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Woo! Man, I feel those triceps nice and tight. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and knock out about 3 more of these sets, and then we're gonna go ahead and move on to the last and final exercise. All right, we are on to the final exercise. It's gonna be bent over rows. So it's gonna be the same concept as the previous exercises with the incline and the flat bench. So we're gonna do our 3 sets of warming up. You know, same concept, starting off with the bar, you know, loosening up the body, getting the muscles ready for this movement, getting the stretch and the contraction. We're going to continue to increase the weight. Same exact thing, you know. We're going to do our 3 warm-up sets, going into 3 heavy working sets, and then 2 descending sets. Notice I'm allowing my body to fully stretch here. I'm kind of sitting on my heels. My hips are pushed back, and I am contracting up here. Just getting nice stretch and contraction, getting the muscles ready. All right, so we're moving on to the last warm-up set here before we start our heavy working sets. I have 2 water bottles here. I just want to show you guys. Throughout the workout so far, I've drank 2 water bottles. You know, I'm working out with the garage open. It's obviously very hot, and I stay hydrated. So while you're working out, make sure to stay hydrated. All right, let's go ahead and knock this out here. Pull my hips back. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10. All right. Quick tip, when I'm coming up with the bar, I'm not using my back. What I'm doing is I'm pushing my hip back. That's what brings me low. And then I'm pushing my hip forward. That way you don't hurt your back. All right, so that was pretty good. So we're gonna go up another 50 pounds, and we're gonna try to hit about 6 to 8 on those. All right. Get it done, we're almost home. All right. We're gonna try to hit about 6 to 8 of these. Remember, we're hips forward. That's how we lift the weight. Pinch hips back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Woo! All right, so we hit 9, but that last one was a little sloppy. Maybe the last 2 were a little sloppy. I'm not going to increase the weight. I'm going to continue with this weight. Yes, I hit more than an 8, but I don't like the way I hit that 9th one. Felt like I was a little sloppy on that one. So we're going to try it again. If we can hit more than 8 clean, then we're going to go up another 10 pounds. All right, so we were able to hit that 7 rep on the second set. So we went ahead and went up 30 pounds. We have a 45 and a 35 on each side. Now we're going to, again, try to repeat that, see if we can do more. I'm not going to say I doubt it because last time I said that I ended up doing more. So maybe I should say that. But anyways, after this, we go into the last 2 descending sets. Remember, hips, push your hips back. Don't use your back. Hips back, don't use your back. All right, hip forward. Boom. Hips back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Woo! All right, those felt good. They were heavy. I felt like the 6 reps were clean enough. It's a good weight. So let's go ahead and move on to the descending sets. I think we're going to start off with a 45 and a 10 on each side. We're going to go for 8 to 10 reps. Depending how that goes, we'll see how the final set looks. All right, first descending set. Woo! All right. I think we can go up. I think going up another 20 pounds might be too heavy, but you know what? Let's go. Yeah, you know what? Let's do it. Let's go up a lot heavier. Why not? YOLO, baby. All right, last and final set. So I actually went up about another 30 pounds. So a lot heavier than I was normally planning on, but it is the last exercise, so if I burn myself out, it's fine. We don't have any more work to do today. But if this was like one of my first exercises, I would not be doing this. All right, we're gonna go for at least, try to go for at least 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo! All right, so we got 8 good ones and 2 4 out of 10s. Just leaving it all on the table there. And that's the good thing about the last sets, is you can just give it everything you got, because after this, you're done. All right, my friends, if you have any questions, comment at the bottom. Let me know. I'm gonna go do a cool down now. We're gonna walk around the neighborhood in this beautiful weather here in Florida. Thank you guys so much for watching. God bless. Jesus is King. Never forget that. Love you guys. Take care.